Anybody want to make wild speculation?
Oh, let's do a Nova speculation real quick. Then we'll take a
Yeah,
commercial break. All right, so
sure.
Nova's coming up 13 days. I believe Juice just informed us. I live on the wrong side of the country to attend, so I don't know much. I'm not keeping track of it, but so there's going to be a big FAQ afterwards, and we're going to speculate how that stacks up to the current beta FAQ that we're in. That's why I'm saying that, because technically, this, 0 to 3, Deep Strike, all these things that we're playing right now, they're technically in beta. So my personal prediction is just some of these things are going to be official, while some of them are not going to be official. They're going to be removed. What do you think? What do you think, Juice?
All right. Yes, I can see. I guess I haven't even thought so much. I'm just thinking about current rules in this. And so you brought to light an amazing point that we are literally still in that kind of phase for that aspect of the rules. In my mind, they're so embedded that I don't see them going back. I do believe that they should get rid of Can't Deep Strike outside of turn 1 because, again, it's only it just hurts so many armies because not everybody has access to it.
It's garbage. It's a fundamental element of the
it's-
game, and
absolutely.
it's too restricted, especially since now they've gone, because they realized how detrimental it was to say that they've backpedaled and had to come up with new rules within the rule to say, like, well, if you're already on the table, it doesn't count. So you can
Yes.
you can Gate of Infinity, you can jump, or any other rule you can figure out that you started on the table. Oh, now we know the Zangor bombs still real because they have the Dark Crystal relic. So these are all things that GW
Dark Angel, or excuse me, Death or Blood Angels can still do it with Banginiuses.
Yeah. So literally these are just things GW overlooked, knowing that we would discover them. So they come up with a second tier to the rule. I fully believe that, like, really all you're going to see in this FAQ is which parts of the beta are going to be for real ironclad and expanded upon. Like, for example, 0 to 3, that's going to make the cut, but they're going to expand upon it, is my prediction. Remember how we talked way back in the day about when the Tau Commanders came out? We said that should be for everything, but you got to pick and choose. You got to say it's for lords, demon princes, captains, big dig bandits in general, not every data slate in the game. So I believe. What do you think?
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I was going to say. So bold predictions, they are going to clarify what 0 to 3 means. I am with you. I think if I have an army and I have 3 Raven Guard shield captains with Thunderhammers and jump packs, I should not then be able to have, underneath this rule, 3 Blood Angel shield captains with, jump packs, and then have 3 Custodes shield captains. I don't know. If you're going to go, they're going to have to one-way rule for it or against it. Bold prediction also.
If I could expand on that before you move to the next bold prediction, it's basically the clarification element. Like you said, they're going to clarify what 0 to 3 means. We already have keywords. So they've already started using keywords in new ways and starting to show you what the greater plan for keywords are. You can see they had all these keywords jammed into these little boxes, and they told us in the beginning, there's nothing behind the curtain. They said, don't worry, they're all the same. But then when Denizens of the Warp dropped, that hot stratagem from the Demon Codex, they had to scramble. In my opinion, my opinion is that they had to roll out something earlier than they intended, which was define faction keywords from normal keywords, and basically restrict access to stratagems based on that, which I believe they were always going to do. But I believe their hand was forced early because GW didn't see the unforeseen consequences of Denizens of the Warp being demon keyword only. So I think that we're going to see that in this FAQ, and I think it's specifically be attached to the 0 to 3. Just to expand on that, Juice. Back to your
No, I agree. I believe a couple wholesale changes are going to be made. Points. Remember, the Saint was pointed out to the 200 mark. I believe that Mephiston and some of the other Blood Angels captains are going to feel that exact same thing. I don't think Thunderhammers are all created equal. They should not just be 15 points across the board. A Blood Angels Thunderhammer should be more than 15 points, considering they get +1 to wound.
Juice, let me cut in. I love what you're saying there. Do you remember when all plasma guns were 15 points? Even plasma guns inside of the arms of a BS4 guy, a BS3 guy, a BS5 guy, a BS2 guy, they were all fucking 15 points for some fucking reason. I used to always say that's dumb. They're not all created equal. Just do a little bit of extra work in that piece of literature and recognize that a Thunderhammer is not the same if the dude always has +1 to wound. It is not. It is worth
It's
more.
not. Yeah,
But
and
in game theory though, Juice, what's the point of having a USR for you that is free if it actually no longer is free because everything I want to attach it to costs more points? So that's like the devil's advocate. What, like, now the Red Thirst, or is it Black Rage?
Red Thirst.
The Red Thirst isn't a free USR now. Like, it's free for everyone who doesn't want to use cool weapons. So like that's the devil's advocate. So I'm not 100% sold that they're gonna do that specific wholesale change, but I think we're gonna see changes similar to it.
Yeah, and now I would say one of the reason being too is they have already went down in their chart flow where guard plasma guns are different for a veteran versus a company command squad or something like that. They have already started down that path. Now, I don't think anybody has a problem. Everybody understands that the best scouts in the game are Blood Angels. Right? Like if you go fisticuffs, they're literally the best because you get +1 to wound. So it's already built in with your Marines, with anything else. I'm just saying I don't want to see a wholesale change that a captain, for example, a captain goes to 110 base points. That's dumb. That's that simple stuff. I think it's got to be embedded where you can still do your cheap shield captain. You can still do your cheap stuff, and benefit from, the Red Thirst, but put it on a power axe. Use a power axe.
Yeah, don't penalize the people just using them for buffs. You got to penalize the people who are using them for the shield, like the Slam Guineas factor. So basically they have to just look at what a Slam Guineas. They have to look at that and what makes him so good, and they have to point him appropriately because he's currently not pointed appropriately. And as far as we're on bold predictions, like point appropriation, like there's a difference between a broken rule and something being the wrong points. A shield captain isn't actually broken because of his rules. He does exciting things that a lot of things have access to in the game. The thing that makes him broken is his ridiculously cheap point cost. Same thing. Yeah. I think that they're going to change the points on plague drones, plague flies.
Yes, way too cheap.
They're not broken because the rules are broken because they're points. So I think that you're going to see that. But my biggest, because of this bold predictions, like we talked about the beta, they're going to do something there. I think, like I said, I think that we advocate that removal of deep striking. I don't know what GW's the deep striking restrictions. I don't know what GW's plan is, but hopefully they have somebody assigned to listen to the show because we've been talking about this for a fucking long time. Universal stratagems. Give me more.
Mm-hmm.
Give me giving us the universal stratagems to deal with the things that you think are hard to deal with is a much simpler fix than constantly coming out with new pieces of literature for very specific units of very specific codexes. If everyone has a way to deep strike in the form of a universal stratagem, if everyone has like a servo skull universal stratagem to be like sort of an infiltrator or a scout to rebuff those things, that's better for the game, in my opinion, for game theory, than fuck this one unit and then you fuck that unit, then you realize there's 15 other ways to do it with other units. It's a it's a downward spiral.